Chapter 25 of Everybody's Book of Luck. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Everybody's Book of Luck by Anonymous. A calendar for lovers. The information set out below is derived from star readings and other heavenly data. It applies only to the average individual. The days of the months refer to the birthdays of those whom the information concerns. January 1st. Will make a good partner, though desirous of being the ruler. 2nd. Likely to marry late. 3rd. Women born on this day often marry men younger than themselves. 4th. Will make an excellent partner if allowed to lead a peaceful life. 5th. Likely to marry late, but the union will bring considerable happiness. 6th. Married life will be a success if both partners are prepared to run the home on business lines. 7th. Will be cautious in entering the matrimonial state. 8th. Married life will become more and more a boon as the years pass by. 9th. Will marry late and have much difficulty in making up his or her mind. 10th. Money matters will cause the greatest concern during married life. 11th. Such an individual will make a difficult partner unless he or she marries someone with a stronger will. 12th. Somewhat slow in deciding on marriage. 13th. Likely to miss rare opportunities by wavering. 14th. Will be critical regarding his or her partner. 15th. A faithful lover, but should avoid too close a relationship with his or her partner's relatives. 16th. Will need a good deal of persuasion or assistance in agreeing to marriage, but will not regret having taken the step afterwards. 17th. Unduly shy in facing the routine of his or her wedding. 18th. Will want to keep dark the facts of his or her wedding, but not because he or she is ashamed of the partner. 19th. A late marriage. 20th. Not likely to show the extent of his or her affections. 21st. Will think overmuch of gaining security in the world before plunging into marriage. 22nd. Will probably have an exalted opinion of his or her partner due to great affection. 23rd. A faithful lover. 24th. Likely to marry late and will want to rule the roost. 25th. Slow at expressing feelings of love, but once the mind is made up, there will be no wavering. 26th. Such an individual should see that he or she is not marrying on insufficient money. Considerable difficulties are likely to result if this warning is overlooked. 27th. There will be more love expressed after marriage than before. 28th. Such an individual must seriously question himself or herself whether he or she is really marrying for love. 29th. Not a person to fall in love at first sight. 30th. Love is likely to be a matter of business. 31st. A very faithful lover, and one that will take his or her obligations very seriously. February 1st. Unlikely to marry before a number of romances have been experienced. 2nd. Will think worlds of the one he or she marries. 3rd. Is not likely to enter matrimony without considering all the pros and cons. 4th. Likely to put too much faith in his or her partner and to think too highly of him or her. 5th. A rather late marriage, but it will be a real love match when it is eventually planned. 6th. Very likely to consider him or herself unequal to the partner. Perhaps unworthy is the more correct description. This erroneous idea should be banished. 7th. Rather slow in showing affection. 8th. It is highly important that this individual marries the right person. Otherwise, he or she will never be thoroughly happy. 9th. It is 50-50 whether he or she marries at all. 10th. Probably a breaker of hearts. 11th. Likely to expect the partner to be a paragon of virtue and to be disappointed if he or she is not. 12th, if relations can be kept from interfering, marriage will bring great blessings. 13th, not likely to marry the person everybody supposes will be the one. 14th, will make a very kind and attentive partner if the partner plays a similar role. 15th, too fond of comforts and one's own company to embark on marriage lightly. 16th, will expect a great deal from married life, may easily be disappointed. 17th, will find it difficult to choose the right partner from a large circle of acquaintances. 18th, marriage will be late. 19th, will fall in love many times before making the all-important choice. 20th, will not fall into love unconsciously. It will need an effort. 21st, nobody will know what this individual thinks in regard to love matters. Most likely he will announce one day, to the astonishment of all, that he is to be married shortly. 22nd, a long courtship awaits this person. 23rd, should marry someone with totally different qualities and an entirely different outlook on life. 24th, will grow to think so highly of his or her partner that life without this person even for a day becomes unbearable. 25th, likely to be fickle. 26th, men born on this date are liable to find that the girl has formed an attachment elsewhere, while they were weighing up her good qualities. Girls may hesitate to say yes and find that the opportunity has passed. 27th, marriage might easily prove somewhat disappointing. 28th, such individuals should make absolutely sure of their minds before sealing the bargain. 29th, people born on the 29th are always considered to be very lucky in matters of love and marriage. March 1st, there are signs that point to dangerous flirtations. 2nd, greatest happiness will come after the first few years of married life have passed away. 3rd, marriage will mean considerable happiness. 4th, such individuals have a most compelling way with the opposite sex, and they make excellent partners. 5th, is not likely to remain satisfied with the love of one person. 6th, marriage for such as you is necessary. It will be the making of you. 7th, a very faithful lover. 8th, will be extremely happy if he or she does not rush into marriage and choose the wrong partner. 9th, it is probable that you will have numerous tempting chances to marry. The proper selection will be a matter fraught with great difficulties. 10th, will treat matrimony too much as a business. 11th, likely to make a very suitable match. 12th, an early marriage most likely not with the person most friends think probable. 13th, a happy married life is almost certain. 14th, this individual will be at his or her wit's end to make the final and proper decision. 15th, after marriage, this person will thank his or her lucky stars that events have shaped as they have, especially in view of doubt experienced at the moment of deciding. 16th, a dark horse. Nobody understands him or her, not even the partner for life. This only adds to the individual's attractions. 17th, if this individual works hard, as the horoscope says he or she should, married life will prove a great blessing. 18th, married life will not be supremely romantic, but it will be congenial. 19th, there are dark patches in this individual's married life. There may be quarrels and estrangements, but they will not be continuous. 20th, he or she will be very faithful and have an extremely high opinion of the partner. 21st, this individual will have unnecessary disappointments, largely through a temperament which blinds him or her to the partner's point of view. 22nd, likely to put up with difficulties rather than cause unpleasantness, is worthy of better treatment. 23rd, the opposite of March 22nd, is likely to cause trouble for things that hardly matter. 24th. Rather fickle in love affairs. 25th. A very passionate individual will only be satisfied with marriage if the partner gives way to him or her on almost all matters. 26th. Very fond of the opposite sex, may find the situation becomes awkward. 27th. A thoughtful individual who will make the partner of the marriage very happy. 28th. Will make a good husband or wife, but money matters may cause difficulties. 29th. This individual may easily take offense at things done by the partner. Otherwise, he or she will be affectionate. 30th. This person will probably show more affection before marriage than after. 31st. A person who will make a charming partner if the one he or she marries sets out to pander to his or her foibles. April 1st. An early marriage is probable and it should be a very happy one. 2nd. Will make a marriage in which the man plays a subordinate part. 3rd. The general course of marriage will be very happy, but there are likely to be times of estrangement. 4th. A somewhat rebellious nature is likely to cause occasional difficulties. 5th. Likely to marry without giving the matter all the consideration it deserves. 6th. This individual will probably hesitate before accepting a partner for so long that the opportunity will be missed. 7th. This individual will only be happy in the married state if the partner is particularly amenable. 8th. A rather passionate lover, but the ardor will considerably lessen as time rolls on. 9th. Married life may fall short of expectations because the individual refuses to face difficulties. 10th. Marriage should be undertaken early. 11th. Has great attractions for the opposite sex and is likely to be fickle. 12th. Very affectionate, but is likely to overlook the desires of his or her partner. 13th. This individual may neglect his or her partner through being unthoughtful. 14th. An individual who will be quite content to sail through married life in a placid manner. 15th. Likely to fall in love at first sight. 16th. Will find married life very congenial if he or she takes the upper hand. 17th. An individual who will be difficult to understand but with better qualities than are usually attributed to him or her. 18th. Will only be happy in married life if the home is artistically planned. 19th. A happy married life if the partner can understand this individual's temperament. 20th. Will marry early. 21st. Love and marriage will be the means of providing considerable happiness. 22nd. An individual who will love deeply but may be inclined to jealousy. 23rd. Marriage will be planned and carried out in a very short space of time. 24th. Should avoid marriage with a person of strong likes and dislikes. 25th. The course of true love never runs smoothly, and it will not with this individual. 26th. Warm-hearted, this person will make an admirable partner. 27th. An individual who should not rush into marriage lightly. He or she is liable to be guided more by the heart than the head. 28th. Will make an admirable lover and partner in marriage. 29th. Very emotional. This individual should guard against marrying someone who is too matter-of-fact. 30th. An individual who will put the home before everything else. May 1st. A very affectionate person where the right partner is concerned. 2nd. Will be most concerned in providing joys for his or her partner. 3rd. Is likely to be an admirable husband or wife as long as he or she may indulge in harmless flirtations. 4th. Early married life may have its ups and downs owing to misunderstandings. Later on, things will materially improve due to a better knowledge of each other. 5th. Very affectionate if allowed to idolize his or her partner. 6th. A very charming lover. 7th, this individual is apt to be swayed by extremes, but on the whole, he or she will prove an excellent partner in marriage. 8th, he or she is much too practical to allow petty worries to mar the married life. 9th, an individual who will take marriage very seriously. 10th, marriage will mean some sacrifices, but many joys. It will be tremendously worthwhile. 11th, an individual who will have numerous affairs before settling down to the right partner. 12th, there are disappointments for this partner, and the greatest joys of marriage will only come in middle life. 13th, a person who will expect his or her partner to be perfect. Given this, he or she will be adorable. 14th, love will be life to this person. 15th, a person who will work hard to give the partner a glorious time. 16th, an individual who will be sought after by numerous members of the opposite sex. 17th, one who will love very deeply. 18th, an individual who will play with love for a long time before giving it serious consideration. 19th, having a warm heart and a generous nature, this person is sure to bring his partner much happiness. 20th, this individual will have so many attachments that he or she will find difficulty in making the right choice. 21st, an excellent and faithful husband or wife. 22nd, this individual will aspire to marry beyond his or her station. 23rd, this person is likely to seek elsewhere if refused on the first occasion, be he a man. Thus, the prospective bride should be wary of saying no out of caprice. 24th, of a sensitive nature. This person will be very shy in showing his or her feelings. 25th, rather apt to grumble about the trifles of married life, quick to notice faults. 26th, this person is likely to work out the affairs of love much as he or she should attend to a tradesman's account. 27th, a person who would prove a more practical than ardent lover. 28th, very admired by the opposite sex, but one who is likely to cool down a great deal after marriage. 29th, one who finds it difficult to be more than 3/4 in love. 30th, a number of minor love affairs will suddenly give place to finding the right partner, followed by a speedy marriage. 31st, likely to be jealous without sufficient cause. June. 1st, an individual who will treat matrimony with a great deal of caution. 2nd, slow in showing affection, but is in earnest when he or she does. 3rd, this person will have to be careful if he or she is not to lose the partner wanted most. 4th, you have a very high opinion of the opposite sex, and your affections are not centered on one person. This will make your married life somewhat difficult. 5th, this person will have difficulty in knowing his or her mind. 6th, marriage will be the beginning of much happiness. 7th, do not be discouraged if things appear black at first. The end is what matters most, and things will work out happily. 8th, his or her love affairs must be carefully handled if success is to come of them. 9th, a happy married life is in store. 10th, it will require much tact if the good ship matrimony is to sail the seas of adventure without coming to harm. 11th, this individual may never realize all his or her dreams of matrimony. 12th, will most likely drift into the married state hardly knowing it. 13th, you are too practical to make anything but a very sensible union. 14th, this individual will have numerous flirtations, then a time of quiet, followed by a happy marriage. 15th, it will require 2 sensible heads to make a successful marriage. 16th, this individual will look for an accomplished partner who will understand all his or her peculiarities. 17th, rather given to flirting. 18th, will not fall into love easily. 19th, this individual will be much esteemed by the opposite sex, more for his or her inner qualities than for those appearing on the surface. 20th. Will make a very charming partner. 21st. This person will make love a matter-of-fact affair and rob it of its romance. 22nd. A person who is apt to delay marriage too long, being afraid of making a mistake. 23rd. This person will expect the one he or she marries to be extremely Victorian. There must never be as much as a suspicion of flirting. 24th. He or she will put the home before everything else. 25th. Much liked and even spoiled by the opposite sex, it will be difficult for him or her to settle down comfortably to a married life. 26th. An individual who will never forget the first love. 27th. It is advisable to marry early to avoid entanglements. 28th. A person who will deny him or herself much in order to make his or her partner happy. 29th. Many mistakes before marriage, but a life of great comfort after. 30th. A great decision will have to be made. It will depend on which of two is the better to take. July. 1st. This person is likely to choose a partner without taking into consideration all that he or she should. 2nd. The course of early love may result in a certain amount of unhappiness. 3rd. Likely to marry early after having experienced several attachments. 4th. There will be more happiness after marriage than before. 5th. This individual will thank his or her lucky stars that someone else was not chosen for a partner. The someone else was thought by everybody to be the favorite. 6th. A very attractive lover, but a breaker of hearts. 7th. A married life with several ups and downs, but none of them really serious. 8th. This individual belongs to the type of person who marries the girl or man he or she knows best. 9th. Marriage will open a new and more beautiful life for this person. 10th. It is doubtful if this person really wants to marry. 11th. An individual who prefers the excitement of flirtations to the settled life of marriage, that is, until it is too late. 12th. Likely to seek a good marriage financially. 13th. A very happy marriage if interfering relations can be kept at a distance. 14th. Marriage may not be all that is expected of it. 15th. A long courtship followed by a happy union. 16th. Given a partner of worthy character, this individual will bless the day of marriage. 17th. Will think more and more of his or her partner as time wears on. 18th. An individual whose matrimonial affairs will surprise his or her friends. 19th. Many passionate romances will be experienced before the fateful decision is made. 20th. An individual who will wish to be as romantic after the wedding as before. 21st. A very sympathetic lover. 22nd. An individual who will show very little affection, but who will have, however, more than his or her share. A peculiarity of temperament will cause him or her to hide it. 23rd. Will make an excellent partner. 24th. This individual has only to idolize his or her partner to make a perfect success of married life. 25th. As long as the partner does not wish to rule this person, marriage will be extremely successful. 26th. Great happiness will come of the union, as long as both partners retain their affections for the other. 27th. Many minor love affairs before the right one is experienced. 28th. An individual who is likely to marry someone of a very different age, either considerably older or younger. 29th. A very bright and attractive husband or wife. That is what this individual will be. 30th. A person who will be happy in marriage as long as finances cause no troubles. 31st. There is little indication that this person troubles much about love matters. August. 1st. Marriage likely to be rather late. 2nd. Will be very generous towards his or her partner. 3rd. The first love will never be forgotten by this individual. 4th, the course of true love will not run smoothly at first. Later, it will mend. 5th, this person possesses a strong will, and as long as the partner bends to this will, all will be well. 6th, it will be advisable to go slowly. Any undue haste may result in a fiasco. 7th, this individual must put aside all the old loves once the marriage ceremony has been performed. It will be dangerous to meet them again. 8th, this person will prove a great favorite with the opposite sex. He or she will be so successful that a good deal of caution is needed. 9th, the latter half of the married life will bring the most happiness. 10th, marriage must be considered from all its angles before the important step is taken. Otherwise, disappointments will be caused. 11th, your generous nature will assure a happy married life. 12th, several love affairs are indicated before the real one will be experienced. There should be no undue haste in the choosing. 13th, your happiness in love affairs will not depend so much on you as on those with whom you associate. 14th, do not become apprehensive if the right partner is slow in coming to you. A rather late marriage is indicated. 15th, there is every reason to think that this individual will choose the right partner and enjoy a happy married life. 16th, it is likely that this person will marry someone well off. 17th, there is an indication that there may be a break in the engagement, but that the affair will be patched up to the satisfaction of both parties. 18th, money matters are the only ones that are likely to cause any disagreements in the marriage life. Steer clear of these and all will be well. 19th, marry before you have settled habits, or it will be difficult to make the mutual concessions that marriage entails. 20th, there may be some unhappiness in the early part of your married career. 21st, this person is likely to be very passionate. 22nd, likely to marry late owing to a desire for personal comforts. 23rd, this person will be easily pleased with married life, and the union will be a very happy one if the partner is not of an exacting nature. 24th, is very fond of the opposite sex. He or she will find some difficulty in deciding whom to marry. 25th, somewhat fickle, he or she may cause the marriage partner some anxiety on this account. 26th, an individual who will see the utmost good in his or her partner. 27th, this person's marriage will be a proper sequel to the years of courtship. 28th, married life should bring many joys and blessings. 29th, this person will find it difficult to be satisfied with the love of one person. 30th, this individual will have the power of making his or her partner think worlds of him or her. 31st, a person lacking passion, one who looks upon marriage as a business proposition. The man will marry for a housekeeper, the woman for a roof over her head. September. 1st, will make an excellent husband or wife. 2nd, likely to expect too much of marriage. 3rd, this individual may tire of marriage if the partner is not decidedly emotional and passionate. 4th, greatest happiness is likely to come in the middle period of married life. In the early portion, you and your partner will not have learned to understand each other. In the late portion, there will be a tendency for you to go your own ways. 5th, there is a likelihood that secret romances will be continued after the knot has been tied. 6th, you are a little too independent and will not consider the feelings of your partner as much as you should. 7th, there are signs that you may neglect to make love to your partner after the wedding. Then the happiness of both will be jeopardized. 8th, you lack sufficient emotion to make marriage the success it ought to be. 9th, your marriage may be too much of a business and not enough of a love affair. 10th, you are likely to be drawn to those who are not sufficiently attracted to you. It means that the chances are you will marry late. 11th, capable of being very affectionate. 12th, will make an admirable husband or wife. You will be blind to the faults of your partner. 13th, you will fall in love several times and have some difficulty in deciding whom you ought to marry. 14th, a person who is too sensitive in love affairs, likely to experience some disappointments before marriage. 15th, you are an ardent lover, perhaps too ardent to make the happiest of marriages. 16th, a person likely to enter upon marriage without giving the matter all the consideration it deserves. 17th, your knowledge of people enables you to judge accurately who will make the best partner to fit in with your ideals. 18th, an individual who has a strong will and who therefore can do much towards persuading the person of his or her choice to share life with him or her. 19th, your love-making will be governed less by your affections than by your reason. 20th, likely to marry late, as you do not feel your position good enough to share with a partner. 21st, you are likely to be attracted to two very different people at the same time. Your choice ought to be made in favor of the one who more approximates your own station of life. 22nd, you can be a delightful companion and ought to make an excellent husband or wife. 23rd, your marriage will make a great difference to you for the better. 24th, all your love affairs will not bring happiness, but your marriage will be a success. 25th, probably you will marry a person with whom you fell in love at sight. 26th, married life will bring considerable happiness, but there will be occasions when your vanity will be hurt and you will then be somewhat morose. 27th, you will usually treat your partner with considerable affection, but there are times when you will speak in a very hasty manner. 28th, you must be careful whom you marry, as you are not likely to be too sure of your own mind. 29th, likely to have many strings to your bow. 30th, be very certain that the attachments you form are worthy of you. October. 1st, you have a strong desire to create a good impression with the opposite sex. This desire may lead you into danger. 2nd, an individual who will make an excellent partner, except when he or she is in the wrong. On such occasions, he or she will present a very unsympathetic nature. 3rd, marriage will mean everything to such individuals. They must be careful that the wedded state brings no disillusions. 4th, what unhappiness comes in married life will be due to friends who interfere. 5th, home life will give you the existence you require. Therefore, you must avoid marriage with a gadabout. 6th, your marriage will be eminently successful. 7th, you are an individual of somewhat fickle temperament, but you will settle down once you meet the right person. 8th, you are an excellent companion and will make numerous friends of the opposite sex. Choosing the right partner in your case will be difficult. 9th, an individual who will love intensely and who has the capacity for making an excellent partner in marriage. 10th, marriage should be thoroughly successful if financial worries do not upset your calculations. 11th, an individual who will experience much pain as a result of unsuitable friendships. 12th, likely to find it difficult to remain in love with one person for any length of time. 13th, married life will bring considerable happiness, but love-making should be indulged in after the wedding as much as before. 14th, your partner will appreciate little surprises, such as tokens of your affection, even after you are married. Do not forget this. 15th, you are liable to be too cold towards your partner. Recall the early days of your friendship. 16th, an individual who will treat married life in a too matter-of-fact way. 17th, love is not life to you, but once you meet the right person, happiness will reign supreme. 18th, you will approach your love affairs in a very common-sense manner. Thus, you are not likely to make any mistake. 19th, a very worthy partner. 20th, The earlier years of married life will not be the most successful, though they will be the most exciting. 21st. Do not expect every comfort and joy after the wedding ceremony. Money may be a cause of difficulties. 22nd. An individual who will experience some trouble in knowing his or her mind. 23rd. Slow in acquiring affection, but once a friendship is formed, he or she will be in great earnest. 24th. A happy married life is almost certain. 25th. An individual who is likely to be a more practical than affectionate lover. 26th. Unduly shy in facing the business of a wedding. 27th. This person will have much deeper affections than are suggested by appearances. 28th. Family relations are not likely to make the path of matrimony any rosier. 29th. More love and affection will be expressed after marriage than before. 30th. Rather apt to rule his or her partner when things have settled down after the wedding. 31st. A lover who would satisfy any reasonable being. November 1st. There will be many surprises for this person. 2nd. Great happiness will come of the union as long as both the partners avoid trouble-making friendships. 3rd. Harmless flirtations are hardly harmless when indulged in by this person. 4th. There will be ups and downs in this person's married life, but the ups will exceed the downs. 5th. This person will not be rebuffed. If a man, he will not take no for an answer. 6th. An attractive person with the opposite sex, but likely to cool down a great deal after marriage. 7th. There will be many love affairs, but it is doubtful if marriage will result with any of them. 8th. A person likely to make an admirable partner in marriage, if allowed to follow his or her own harmless way. 9th. Marriage will come early. 10th. A very affectionate lover and marriage partner. 11th. Of a practical nature, this person will know exactly how to steer clear of matrimonial troubles. 12th. Will make an admirable husband or wife. 13th. This person will love very deeply, perhaps too deeply, as it may lead to unfounded jealousy. 14th. It is doubtful if this individual wishes, in his heart, to marry. 15th. Somewhat fickle in love affairs. 16th. Married life will be less romantic than anticipated, but it will be more congenial and placid. 17th. Too fond of comforts and one's own company to embark on marriage lightly. 18th. This person will be conscious of the fact that he or she invariably falls in love with the wrong person. This will last until the age of 22 or 23 is reached. 19th. Marriage should turn out very well. 20th. A late and happy marriage is indicated. 21st. Likely to be passionate. 22nd. A person who is sure to have several love affairs. A feature of these is that some of them will be revivals of old ones. 23rd. Marriage means everything to you and you are decidedly unsuited to living a lonely life. 24th. You are sentimental and emotional and will think highly of your partner. 25th. Do not rush into marriage without considering the matter very seriously. 26th. You have an ideal for whom you are searching. However, the ideal does not exist. There are plenty of good fish in the sea nevertheless. 27th. A rather sudden wedding. 28th. You will be happy only as long as your partner gives you the upper hand. 29th. Marriage will be mixed, much happiness, some sorrows. 30th. This person will have many love affairs. In fact, he or she is the type that prefers a succession of such affairs to settling down to marriage. December 1st. Somewhat headstrong, this person will want to rule the home. 2nd. A very easy-going partner, happy as long as his or her mate guides the ship through the troubled seas. 3rd. Men born on this day often marry women older than themselves. 4th. somewhat slow in deciding on marriage. 5th, likely to find marriage more of a boon than anticipated. 6th, this person will probably marry someone whom nobody anticipated would be the individual. 7th, this individual should marry someone with totally different qualities and an entirely different outlook on life. 8th, such people have a most compelling way with the opposite sex, and they make good partners. 9th, very fond of the opposite sex, a character that may easily experience difficulties. 10th, will make a marriage in which the man plays the minor part. 11th, marriage will be planned and carried out in a short space of time. The haste may be deplored later on. 12th, a person who will take marriage very seriously. 13th, this individual will play at love-making for a long time before treating it seriously. 14th, a person who will have numerous flirtations, then a period in which the other sex is more or less ignored, followed by a sudden and happy marriage. 15th, liable to delay marriage too long, or until it cannot provide the blessings anticipated of it. 16th, married life will bring many joys and blessings. 17th, do not be cold and uncommunicative to your partner. Act as you did before the wedding. 18th, you will be slow in acquiring affection. Once a friendship is formed, however, it will be a very deep one. 19th, as long as your partner is not one to laying down the law, you will have a very happy existence. 20th, be very careful that you do not fall in love with someone after marriage. 21st, marriage will be supremely happy. 22nd, you are somewhat fickle and will probably suffer in consequence. 23rd, your marriage is likely to have the effect of complicating your financial position. 24th, a person who will find married life of average happiness. 25th, do not keep from your partner information that should rightly be shared. You are not confiding enough, and this may very well cause unhappiness. 26th, avoid extravagance in married life, and all will be well. 27th, a kind and generous partner. 28th, take little notice of what your friends tell you of your intended one. Be guided by your feelings alone. 29th, you will marry late, and your only regret will be that you did not find your partner earlier. 30th, you and your partner will largely keep yourselves to yourselves. You will be all in all to each other, and it will prove a very happy existence. 31st, you will make an admirable husband or wife, especially if your partner is one of the easygoing type. End of chapter 25.
Chapter 26 of Everybody's Book of Luck. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Everybody's Book of Luck by Anonymous. Making Useful Mascots. Anyone of a handy disposition can make mascots that will bring luck to him or herself, as well as to countless friends. In addition, they may be made for selling at bazaars or even for profit in shops. Horseshoes. As a rule, it is best in this case to obtain a supply of old and worn horseshoes. Any local farrier will be glad to sell them for a penny or two apiece and to make them presentable. First, knock off the rust, and then wash them if necessary. It is not a bad plan to beg some old nails from the farrier, to slip one or two in the holes, here and there, of each shoe, and to twist them round with pliers so that they cannot fall out. Then give the shoes a coat of paint, either aluminum or stove black. When dry, thread a strip of ribbon of your lucky color through a hole on either side of the shoe, so that the shoe can be easily hung up. But please do be careful to arrange the ribbon so that the shoe can only be hung tips upwards. Failing a supply of worn shoes, the best idea is to cut horseshoes from a sheet of thick cardboard. There is an illustration on page 6 which will give you an idea of the correct shape to aim at. When the shoes are cut, paint them with black or silver ink and tie with ribbon as already suggested. Swastikas. Large swastikas are best cut out of thick cardboard, as suggested in the previous paragraph, for horseshoes, but small ones, suitable for wearing, are not difficult to cut out of sheet metal if a triangular file is at hand for cleaning up the corners and edges. When worn, swastikas are usually hung diamond-wise. Therefore, it is necessary to drill a small hole in one of the corners of the shape. A coat of gold paint or transparent lacquer will add to the appearance of the finish. Scarabs. When scarabs are to be made, the shape with the closed wings will be found much the simpler to construct. They can be made out of large oval buttons. If the buttons are flat, it is advisable to give them a domed surface by applying a suitable layer of plastic wood. This is a putty-like substance which dries rapidly and which can be molded to the required shape with the fingers. When the plastic wood is dry and hard, smooth the surface with fine glass paper and ornament it with oil paints. A dull light blue serves best for the groundwork, and the pattern can be added with a small brush, using gray or black paint. In this way, some very realistic scarabs can be made easily. Caduceus, or Staff of Mercury. This lucky device is very difficult to make in the form of a model. However, the same purpose can be served by a picture. Draw the outline in pencil, give it a wash of silver color, and line in the pattern with India ink. A picture made in this way, about 12 inches high, on a white card, would look very attractive when framed. Arrowheads. Those of us who have an eye for geology will have no difficulty in picking up flints shaped like arrowheads, see page 8, along the sides of country roads. Failing these, we can get some slips of granite and, with hammer and chisel, shape them as shown on the page mentioned. The next thing is to obtain some gilt wire and to make slings to support the arrowheads. These can then be hung up or worn according to their size. Tets. These mallet-shaped mascots can be made readily by cutting small strips of wood to serve as handles and then molding the heads in plastic wood. When the latter has dried hard, all these surfaces are coated with some bright-colored paint, and, after that, additional bands of color are added to serve as ornamentation. Black cats and other doll mascots. Any woman or girl who is good at needlework can make cats and doll-shaped mascots fairly readily. The first thing is to cut a paper pattern of the parts, using newspaper for the purpose. Usually it is advisable to make the pattern in no more than 2 parts, one for the left side, the other for the right, or one for the front, the other for the back, according to the way the creature is to be executed. If this is done, it must be recognized that each part should be considerably larger than the animal is to appear, since although the pattern looks as though it need only serve for the front or back or sides, it really has to supply the width as well. When the paper pattern has been suitably shaped, cut out the stuff to agree with it, allowing an edging for turning in. Use black velvet or black fur cloth, unless some color is desired. Then place the 2 pieces together face to face, stitch round most of the edges, follow by turning the outside in and stuff the interior through the gap of stitches. Old but soft rags do for the stuffing. When nice and evenly plump, stitch up the gap. Take care to fold in the seams. The last stage is to ornament the creature and form its features. Buttons serve for eyes. Stitches of red wool or silk make the mouth and nose. Whiskers are supplied by hairs taken from a broom. A band of ribbon, tied in a bow round the neck, completes the mascot. End of Chapter 26. Read by Brian Fullen, Plano, Texas, October 2024. End of Everybody's Book of Luck by Anonymous.